All right, let's talk about Keith Thurman and Leonard Bundu. All right, we all can agree that Thurman won the fight, and I thought it was pretty much a shutout. Okay, Thurman won the fight. I've been paying attention to what everyone's been saying, though. The fans, the crowd that night was booing him. All right, I've seen Keith Thurman interviews since the fight. Okay, I've been paying attention to the YTBC and seeing what everyone said on Twitter, and you know, a lot of people are disappointed with Keith Thurman, and a lot of people are saying that he's not as good, he's overrated and stuff like that. You know, honestly, you shut a guy out, you know, a guy that is a pretty skilled boxer. I thought he was, you know what, Keith Thurman, I thought Keith Thurman was going to knock him out. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was going to drop him and stop him at some point in this fight. I just didn't think Bundu had anything. I don't think he had offensively. I just really don't think he had any weapons that can hurt Keith Thurman. I just didn't see him as a threat, and he wasn't, and I still agree with that. Bundu, to me, wasn't a threat to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman fought a very safe fight because Bundu is a guy that he's a tricky fighter, man. He's a tricky fighter. Okay, it's just too many feints. He switches his stance throughout he's hard to time because he has this funny rhythm in his style, okay, in his movement. But he wasn't engaging Keith Thurman, and this is why I thought Keith Thurman was going to stop him eventually, because I thought Keith Thurman was going to step on the gas at some point, because I didn't think Bundu offensively had anything for Keith Thurman. But Keith Thurman chose the safe route, and he outboxed him for 12 rounds. Am I disappointed with Keith Thurman? No. But see, the thing is with Keith Thurman is he's a very confident fighter. Okay, he does talk a good game, but it's different than like the Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s or the Adrian Broner's. Adrian Broner's a great example. These guys have shown or been disrespectful to their opponents in the past, whereas Keith Thurman talks a lot, but it's competitive talk. He's very confident in himself. It's like, it's not like he's disrespecting any of his opponents, okay? He's not bringing up race, or, you know, he's not flamboyant or anything like that. He's a student of the game. He has a lot of respect for the sport. He's very articulate when he speaks. You know, it's a different kind of trash talking with Thurman. But Thurman does indeed talk about getting the knockouts, all right? He's called himself one time. You know, he wants to knock people out. That's what he does. In his interviews, that's all he talks about. He wants to get the knockout, okay? He's a good boxer, but he wants to get the knockout, all right? This fight proves that when he has to box and when he has to rely on his movement in the ring, he will do it. And that's what he did. I thought the majority of the, you know, the lateral movement he was using wasn't necessary. But I kind of understand that Bundu, his rhythm is really, really tough to engage with him, because you don't know, you don't want to get caught with something, you know. Bundu was doing a lot of feinting. He just wasn't punching with it. And even at the times when Keith Thurman did land something good, he just couldn't put the guy down. All right, outside of the first round, because Thurman did drop him in the first round with that left hook, which was the best punch he threw in the fight, because he switched to southpaw real quick just to throw that punch. So I was very impressed with that punch. But you know, I mean, listen, man, Thurman's, it comes with the territory. You know, you talk knockouts, and then you go in there and you're fighting like Floyd Mayweather. You know, if Floyd was to fight Bundu, it would have had the same outcome. Floyd would have outboxed Bundu for 12 rounds, but Floyd, what I did with Floyd would have done. And, you know, it would have been no knockout. But Keith Thurman doing it is different, because Keith Thurman is like the knockout guy. You know, he's been stopping all these guys for so long now. So, you know, do I think his shoulder injury came into play? Yeah, I don't know. You know, I think these guys go in there healthy enough. You know, unless it's unless it's extremely obvious, I'm not gonna blame it on the shoulder. You know, cause shoulder looked fine when he knocked them down. You know, if he stopped Bundu in the first round, I know he didn't, but if he did. You know, if Bundu didn't get back up from that left hook, we wouldn't have said anything about the shoulder. We would have thought the shoulder was fine. But you know, I mean, I don't know. You know, Keith Thurman looked fine, man. He looked fine. It's just that he fought a very careful fight, and I hope mentally this doesn't change him. I hope he doesn't feel that he has to prove something to the fans because he got booed so hard. I mean, he got booed hard. So I hope that he doesn't go into his next fight. Let's say it's Maidana, you know. If it is Maidana, this is a guy that you gotta have to fight careful with, you know. And fighting Bundu, I would expect Thurman to fight a little bit similar to the way he fought Bundu, because Maidana is a guy that could knock you out, you know. So, and you know, and I'm gonna make a video now. I'm gonna discuss the welterweight division as it is currently. Now that Amir Khan won, now that Keith Thurman won, and you know, we possibly seen a Floyd and Manny Pacquiao fight. I'm gonna speak all on that in one video, okay? And I'm gonna compare everyone as is right now that we're going into end of the year. But Maidana's a dangerous fight for Thurman, man. And I know Thurman really wants to fight. I know he's calling out Maidana. But it's a very dangerous fight. It's a dangerous fight. I think that fight and I think the Kell Brook fight are the two most dangerous fights for Keith Thurman at welterweight. Alright. In my opinion. Alright, so I'm gonna follow up. I'm gonna speak more about the welterweight division in a separate video, and I'm gonna bring up all these guys to the I'm gonna bring them all up front and discuss just my general opinion on who could beat who and what fights should take place this year coming up. But just be on the lookout for that. Make sure you guys hit subscribe. All right, peace.